where do the 49ers stand for next season? And the reason I ask, it's looking like, unless I'm right, the Niners are going to have a losing record this season, which would be the third time in 4 seasons Kyle Shanahan has had a losing record. 2019 was wonderful, but it was 1 year. And entering year 5, that's next year, Kyle Shanahan still won't have his quarterback, or maybe he will. It doesn't seem like he will. So are the Niners just going to bounce back next year? Are they building? Where do they stand? What is this team?
Iggy, I think it's unclear.
Yeah.
I mean, based on what we know, they'll be a good team next season. I don't know who their quarterback is going to be. I don't think they know who their quarterback is going to be. And if it's Jimmy, is that so good? I don't know.
Well, we'll get to Jimmy. Yeah.
We'll get to Jimmy later.
Yeah.
Where's the pass rush going to come from? Sure, Nick Bosa is going to be back. I think they need more than him. They used to have more than him. Their cornerbacks are still going to be a question.
Yep.
So, Iggy, I think it's a strange thing to say, but this is Shanahan's 4th season, and I think he's still building. We thought he had built it.
Yes. No. It's amazing that he's going to be entering year 5, and he still hasn't figured out his quarterback spot. So he could theoretically bring back Jimmy Garoppolo next year. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo can't survive behind this offensive line. This offensive line is really bad, and it's going to get guys hurt. They lead the league in quarterback hits. So they could bring back Jimmy, or they could go for a rookie. But do you really see – I mean, a rookie may not be better. A rookie may not win right away. A rookie might struggle. He might not even beat out Nick Mullins. So the Niners could have another losing season in 2021 just because of the growing pains of the rookie replacement for Jimmy Garoppolo. And now Kyle is the head coach who's had 4 losing seasons in 5 years. I mean, it's all of a sudden it gets really interesting. We thought of him as like the next Bill Belichick, but he actually has to kind of start winning at a certain point consistently.
And I would say this is going to sound hard to 49er fans, and I apologize, but I'm not sure he's prepared for next season.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a quarterback hierarchy that's impressive. I'm not sure he's prepared for next season. And we thought they were like almost a dynasty, not close to a dynasty team. Nothing of the sort.
And what's amazing is the fact that imagine going into year 5 of a tenure of a coach, and he still hasn't figured out his quarterback. And the reason he hasn't figured out his quarterback is he's passed on guys like Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. Didn't want him. He brought this problem on himself. And now year 5, he's like, you know what? Really, I guess I need a quarterback. Well, you've had CJ Beathard on your roster for 4 years doing nothing, just taking up a spot playing ping pong. You should have been drafting guys and developing them. This is interesting. I mean, Bill Walsh wasn't in this position. By year 5, he had Joe Montana. Most coaches who get to year 5 of their tenure as a head coach without a quarterback fail. So it's interesting. Kyle needs to get this right.
And listen, when Bill had Joe Montana, then he brought Steve Young into the building.
That's right.
He wasn't messing around.
He was not satisfied.
All-time great quarterbacks,
yes,
competing with each other and probably not liking each other at that time very much. Bill didn't care. Where is this attention to detail and excellence in Kyle Shanahan? It may seem like a small point, but it's the whole point. He's not prepared himself.
And it's fine. Like, you didn't like Jimmy Garoppolo. You weren't sold on Jimmy Garoppolo. Where was the next guy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we like Nick Mullins. He's not the next guy. He's your super backup forever. He's the Gary Kubiak on your team, the Steve Bono, whatever. That's great. But he's not the answer. So what were you doing here? You were just banking on a quarterback that you didn't even like that much?
And, you know, what it makes me think about Shanahan is there are certain people who have very large vision of the game and maybe even of life. I would say Belichick, although I don't approve of him, has really, maybe of any coach now, the largest vision of what makes a team.
Yes.
Bill Walsh, he had CinemaScope, the biggest screen TV.
Right.
I would say Kyle has a very narrow vision.
Yes.
He wasn't thinking quarterback. Quarterback is the most important player on your team. Yes. It's the most difficult position in any sport you can name.
Yes.
It's harder than being a pitcher. It's the most difficult in any, and he wasn't thinking about it. What was he thinking about? I mean, I'd like to ask him, when you were at night looking out the window one time, did it occur to you, I really need to get some quarterbacks? He didn't do it. What a
He
failure.
didn't draft Patrick Mahomes because he wanted to sign Kirk Cousins down the road. That's an all-timer. And then he didn't draft guys like Lamar Jackson because he had Jimmy Garoppolo, who he wasn't sold on. You can have more than one guy. Bill did.
So he should have more than one guy. So again, to the basic question, where they stand for next season, I think they're a big question mark. And I think they could be anything from a very good team to a mediocre team. And I don't know. And what's more, neither does Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, they could have a losing record again next season. Say they bring Jimmy Garoppolo back. Who's to say he's going to stay healthy behind this offensive line? This offensive line stinks. He couldn't stay healthy behind it for 5 quarters this year. So Jimmy may not be the answer. Even though he wins, he doesn't play that much. Nick Mullins isn't winning with this team. Is a rookie going to win with this team? They might be looking at 6-10 again next year, which is just a very, very interesting thing for one of the highest paid guys who's signed through 2026. I don't know. I guess when you keep giving a guy a 6-year extension, he's allowed to kind of screw around. I'll get my quarterback. I'll get my quarterback right before Jed tries to fire me. I don't know. Now would be a good time, though. I would recommend it.
You know, I'd say one more thing on this topic, Iggy. Based on how Jed York gives contracts, I think after this season, when the Niners 8-8, 7-9, I think he should give Kyle another 6-year extension. I knew you were going to say that. He should give him an extension for life.
Yeah, I think so too. Because of what he's shown. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Not because he's great, but because he's a good guy. Yeah. He's good people. That's the kind of guy you want in your organization.
Yeah. You know? I'd say an extension for life.